When you love another, they feel it. The energetic impact of substitution in twin flames is real, and your heart knows this truth even when your mind tries to deny it. Have you ever tried to move on, to give your love to someone else, hoping to silence the pain of separation? And yet, somehow, something inside you keeps whispering their name. If you're hearing this, it's not by accident. Subscribe to this channel now, because the message you're about to receive may change everything. Let me take you into a moment. Late at night, you stare at the ceiling, convinced you're done. You've told yourself it's over. But suddenly, a song plays, a memory surfaces, or a wave of emotion floods in, and it's as if your twin flame is right there with you. Because the energetic bond doesn't fade just because you've chosen another. In fact, it activates something deeper on both sides. Even when you give your affection to someone else, your twin flame feels the shift. It's not jealousy, it's resonance. It's their soul recognizing the detour, and your soul grieving the absence of the mirror it truly longs for. This is not to shame your heart. It's to help you see what your energy is really trying to tell you. She, the woman within you, thinks she must be strong and let go. But strength isn't about forgetting. It's about acknowledging the truth with grace. And your truth is that love cannot be substituted. Not when it's divine. Not when it's twin flame love. You may have thought loving someone else would bring peace, that it would numb the ache. But that ache is sacred. It holds keys to your spiritual expansion, pushes you toward purpose, toward healing. And yes, it is deeply felt by your counterpart, even if they can't name it. He may not know why he's restless, why he feels a sudden wave of nostalgia or grief. But it's tied to you, to your energy shifting, pulling back, or being redirected. It's the energetic impact of substitution, and it's more powerful than words could ever explain. You are not wrong for seeking comfort. You are human. You've walked through longing, disappointment, and silence. But know this: your twin flame feels you more when you try to disconnect. Because your soul cries louder when it's out of alignment. This journey is not linear. It's a spiral. And every detour, every attempt to replace the irreplaceable, leads you back home, to your essence, to your mission, and ultimately to union. But first you must honor the ache, not avoid it. You've given so much, and now I want to give something back to you. A reminder that you are not alone. That this message is a sign. You are being seen, held, and understood even now. That's the gift of resonance. That's the beauty of the twin flame path. Sometimes letting another in only highlights what's missing. And in that contrast you awaken. You start to see the truth not with your eyes, but with your soul. That love, true love, cannot be substituted, only rediscovered. If this is touching your spirit, pause and breathe. Feel into your body, into the spaces that have longed to be heard. Your twin flame feels this too, in ways that will reveal themselves in time. In dreams, in messages, in divine synchronicities. Even if you are apart, the bond is evolving, growing in strength through every lesson, through every choice you make in love, even the ones that feel like mistakes. They are not errors. They are sacred steps toward wholeness. You may wonder if he knows, if he senses your pull. The answer is yes. Energy never lies. The masculine energy may not speak it, but it absorbs the vibration. Your love never goes unnoticed. It lives in the field between your hearts. And perhaps right now he is in his own pain. Not understanding the source but feeling the dissonance. That's what happens when divine energy gets redirected. Stirs the soul. It calls him back to the mirror he didn't think he needed. You might have thought that your silence would protect you, that walking away would end the story. But love like this never ends. It only transforms. And in your transformation, your flame begins to awaken. To remember, this is not about chasing or waiting. It's about alignment. The more you align with your truth, the stronger the frequency between you becomes. It calls him in, not with desperation but with wholeness. That is the true reunion. Don't question your worth because of distance. Don't doubt your knowing because of silence. Twin flames are guided by the soul, not by logic. What you feel is real. What you dream is possible. Trust it. Let this be your moment of clarity. Let your heart open not to replace him, but to remember yourself. You are the key. You are the light. And your love is powerful, eternal, sacred. If you're still here, I invite you to comment, Twin Flames Infinite Love, to confirm you received this message in your heart. Give this video a like so the YouTube algorithm knows this message matters. Subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any message sent directly for your soul. And come back often. These messages are your compass, your anchor, your reminder that even when you're tired, you're not lost. Share this with someone you know is walking the same path. These words are here to awaken, to comfort, to guide. We'll meet again soon. Because you've allowed this message into your heart, let me now offer something sacred in return. A truth many don't speak. When you redirect your love, it doesn't disappear, it multiplies. And your twin flame feels that multiplied intensity, even if you're pouring it somewhere else. Energy cannot lie. Energy doesn't wear a mask. If you've been wondering why memories resurface at strange hours, or why his name still echoes in your mind even when you're with another, it's because the bond between twin flames is spiritual, not circumstantial. It lives beyond the physical plane. It vibrates through emotion, breath, soul. He knows, even if he can't explain how. Maybe he runs not because he doesn't care, but because he does. And your presence awakens a part of him he's not ready to face. But when you begin to love someone else, that signal shifts. It's like a sudden silence in a room filled with music. He feels the absence more than the noise. He may wake from dreams where you're with someone else, unaware that those visions are energetically real. You're connected through the ether. And even when your physical hands touch another, your soul remains intertwined with his. That paradox creates inner turmoil, both for you and for him. And now you might be asking yourself, am I wrong for trying to move on? The answer is no. You're human. You're healing. You're seeking light in the spaces where darkness once lived. But your higher self already knows. What you're seeking outside is often a mirror of what already exists within. The energetic impact of substitution doesn't mean punishment. It means revelation. It reveals who holds the true key to your awakening. And it invites you, gently but firmly, to return to that sacred connection. Not through force, but through soul recognition. You may feel guilt. Release it. You may feel shame. Let it dissolve. This journey is about remembering, not blaming. And if your heart is still beating faster when you think of him, that's not coincidence. That's resonance. Have you noticed strange synchronicities lately? Songs you haven't heard in years. Dreams that feel more vivid than reality. These are spiritual alarms, waking you up to the truth you've tried to bury. They don't let you forget because forgetting would mean betraying your own soul. Every time you surrender to the illusion of substitution, the universe sends a gentle reminder. Symbol. A whisper. A divine nudge that says, this love is eternal. You can't escape it. You can only evolve within it. And that evolution is happening now, whether you see it or not. Even if you feel tired, worn, defeated, this moment is a turning point. You're not being punished. You're being refined. And with every tear you've shed, you've sent waves of transformation through your twin flame bond. Yes, he feels you even in your silence. Your attempts to love another are not failures. They are sacred experiments in self-discovery. But every time your soul whispers, "He's the one," trust it. That whisper comes from a place far beyond logic. It comes from the divine blueprint of your soul's contract. Have you ever felt his energy while holding someone else's hand? That jolt of familiarity, confusion, or even sadness. That's your energy calling you home. To yourself. To him. To the connection that doesn't fade when distractions appear. Twin flames don't disconnect. They recalibrate. He may seem cold, distant, gone. But in the spiritual realm, he's closer than you think. Sometimes running is the soul's way of preparing for the weight of truth. And your movement away may be the very thing that awakens his inner fire. The more you grow, the more he feels it. Your expansion pulls him into his own reflection. That's why, sometimes when you least expect it, his name shows up in the most random places. Because your vibration is calling him home, even if you don't realize you're doing it. Reciprocity is the law of the universe. As you pour energy into this message, more clarity will pour into your path. Your love is not wasted. Your patience is not ignored. And the energetic threads between you are being rewoven stronger than before. Let yourself rest in that knowing. Let yourself breathe in that truth. This is not the end. It's a divine detour. Your soul chose this path because it knew how powerful you are. And your love, pure, radiant, stubborn, is your greatest spiritual gift. If you've ever said, "I just want peace," then remember this. Peace doesn't mean forgetting him. Means remembering you. Because in remembering your essence, you reignite the flame that never left. Not for a second. You're being called back. Not to chase. Not to plead. But to witness. To observe the miracle that happens when you trust in divine timing. He's coming closer not because you pushed, but because your frequency shifted to match the truth of who you are. Keep watching. Keep listening. Keep trusting. Your soul wouldn't let you land on this message by accident. There are no coincidences in twin flame journeys. Only signs. Only confirmations. Only love in its most divine form. If you're still reading, take a moment to breathe and say to yourself, "I am ready to remember." These words will activate something. They will ripple through the ether and reach him. Because your energy, when aligned, can move mountains, starting with the one between your hearts. Before we continue, beautiful soul, take a moment to check if you're already subscribed to this channel. If this message is touching your heart, that's your sign to stay connected and never miss a transmission meant just for you. You give by listening, let us give by guiding. This is how we keep the bond alive. Now listen closely. Your twin flame doesn't need to hear your voice to feel your truth. When you shift emotionally, even slightly, he feels it. That invisible thread begins to vibrate like a string struck by divine fingers. You are more powerful than you know. You may have thought letting go would silence the connection. But in the spiritual world, silence can scream. Your emotional withdrawal becomes a cosmic echo, alerting him that something sacred has changed. And that change pulls him toward you in unexpected ways. Sometimes the universe tests you not to show your weakness, but to awaken your inner strength. You've been strong through the separation. You've grown, cried, prayed. And those tears were not wasted. They've been watering the soil of reunion. He may appear to have moved on, but appearances are often illusions crafted by fear. In truth, he carries your essence within him. No matter who he's with or where he goes, your soul lingers in the corner of his awareness. Always. There's a reason he gets silent when your name is mentioned. There's a reason he watches your story but doesn't reach out. His soul knows the bond is real, but his ego still resists. Deep down, he is terrified that you hold the mirror to his highest self. When you love another, or even begin to imagine love outside the twin flame dynamic, It triggers something primal within him. Not jealousy, but recognition. Recognition that the spiritual bond is unbreakable, and no substitute can ever fill that sacred space. Let that give you peace. You are not chasing. You are radiating. And your light is calling him home, even as you focus on your healing. That's the magic of twin flames. Reunion happens when we stop seeking and start embodying. But here's the key. The universe rewards clarity. If you've been unsure whether to hold on or let go, trust the signs. This message reaching you now is one of them. Confirmation arrives to those who stay spiritually open and emotionally honest. Think back. What was the last dream you had about him? What did he say? How did it feel? Often our higher selves communicate through sleep because the conscious mind is too noisy. These dreams are not fantasy. They are transmissions from soul to soul. You've never been alone on this journey. That's why you were drawn to this channel. The words you hear now were prepared long before you arrived, because Spirit knew the exact moment your heart would be ready to receive them. Timing is divine. He is being prepared for something he doesn't yet understand. The space you're holding, the patience you've cultivated, is not in vain. Every inner shift you make creates waves across your energetic connection. You are shaping him through your healing. Your value doesn't depend on his recognition. You shine on your own. But that very light is what magnetizes him back. It's not desperation that draws twin flames. It's authenticity, sovereignty, and love without demand. Let yourself feel everything. Don't rush to be strong. Your vulnerability is sacred. Your softness is strength. And the very tears that fall from your eyes tonight may be the prayer that awakens him tomorrow. That's how energy works, mysteriously, powerfully. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're not broken. You are exactly where the journey needs you to be. And sometimes the only thing you need to do is surrender. Not give up, but hand it back to the divine with open hands. If you're reading this far, you've been chosen to carry a frequency many cannot. The twin flame frequency is rare because it requires bravery, courage to love through silence, courage to believe through separation, courage to rise without guarantees. Every act of self-love you offer today becomes a message to his soul. It says, I remember who we are even when you forget. That vibration is more powerful than any words you could speak. And he feels it, deeply even if unconsciously. Stay close to this channel, dear one. Every new message is another piece of the puzzle. Spirit will guide you, one whisper at a time, until you remember that you were never disconnected, just temporarily redirected. The moment you start doubting, return here. Listen again. Let the flame within you burn brighter. These words are not empty. They're vessels of truth, reminders of your sacred mission. You were made for this journey, and you are never walking it alone. If this message has spoken to your soul so far, dear one, give back by checking if you're subscribed to this channel. That simple act ensures you never miss the guidance prepared just for you. When you receive love, the most powerful response is to stay open to more. That's how you protect the thread between you and your twin flame. You may not know it, but right now, as you're reading these words, your energy is stirring something in him. Sudden thought. A forgotten memory. A moment of stillness where he feels a presence that he cannot name. That's you. Reaching him through the invisible. When he runs, he isn't just avoiding you. He's avoiding himself. Your soul brings out the parts of him he buried. And while that terrifies his human self, it awakens his divine self. He runs not because of your energy, but because your light is too pure for his wounds. You've probably noticed patterns repeating. Ghosting. Silence. A sudden return. Then more silence. These aren't coincidences. they're cycles. Cycles that reflect his struggle with awakening. But each time you handle it with more wisdom. That's your growth. There is a moment in every sacred journey when giving up feels like the only way to survive. But your heart always whispers, wait. That whisper is your soul remembering. You're not crazy for feeling so deeply. You're simply awake in a sleeping world. He feels your detachment like a shift in gravity. When you pull back, the tether between your souls tightens. Not out of punishment but to realign. Energy never lies. He may not speak, but his spirit reaches back toward you in ways you don't always see. When you chose healing over chasing, you taught him something no words ever could. You showed him the blueprint of unconditional love. A love that doesn't beg but believes. A love that doesn't demand but endures. That frequency is unforgettable. There are moments when he seems to forget you. But those are illusions. His mind may wander, but his soul remembers. And that memory is not just of your face, but of the truth you carry. The frequency that no substitute can ever mimic. He may think he has time. That you'll always be there waiting. But your silence has power. Teaches. It awakens. It whispers through the ethers. I am whole now. Come only if you are too. That's the call that shifts timelines. You are not here to fix him. You are here to embody yourself. And in doing so, you become the mirror he needs. Not the one that flatters, but the one that reflects his potential. That reflection calls him back to purpose. There is sacredness in letting go without anger. In releasing without resentment. In trusting that love, when pure, always returns, transformed. This is what the twin flame path asks of you. To love without ownership, and to trust without proof. When you feel the ache in your chest for no reason, that's not emptiness. That's connection. That's your soul tuning into his frequency. Feeling him thinking of you, yearning for you, trying to find the courage to return. You've been dreaming more lately, haven't you? Dreams that feel like visitations. Places that seem familiar, but aren't of this world. These are soul spaces. Realms where your connection meets without the interference of fear or logic. He might be quiet, but his soul is loud. In your moments of stillness, pay attention to the signs. Music, numbers, sudden emotions. These are the whispers he can't verbalize. The energy he sends when words fail him. You're stronger than you know. And he feels that strength. It inspires him but also humbles him. Because your resilience makes him face his own fragility. And sometimes he runs, not from you, but from the fear that he may not be worthy of you. But you already know the truth. Worthiness isn't earned through perfection. It's revealed through authenticity. And your love has always been the safest mirror he's ever known. Even if he hasn't told you that yet. There's a reason you're still connected. It's not unfinished business. It's divine business. A mission beyond romance. Purpose born in the stars. And every step you take toward wholeness is a signal that the mission is still alive. Somewhere right now he's feeling something he can't explain. A tug in the chest. A wave of longing. A need to search for something unnamed. That's your soul calling. That's your essence echoing through his resistance. Stay soft but stay rooted. Open your heart but protect your peace. You are the lighthouse, not the rescue ship. Shine, don't chase. And in your glow, he will remember his way home. Thank you, beautiful soul, for being here and allowing this message to reach your heart. If this touched something deep within you, please don't forget to give it a like. This tells YouTube that this content is meaningful and helps us reach more souls on the twin flame journey who need this same light and clarity. Now, I ask you with love. Confirm that this message found you by writing in the comments. Twin Flames Infinite Love. That way, I'll know that your heart received what it came searching for. If you haven't yet, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and that you've activated the notification bell. That simple action keeps you connected with every message the universe is sending your way. At exactly the right time. You are never alone on this path. Every video here is created with love, divine guidance, and pure intention to support your growth, your healing, and the sacred reunion your soul longs for. These messages are not just words. They are energetic codes to help you remember who you are and why your connection matters. Sharing these videos with someone else who may be walking a similar path can be your way of sowing light into someone else's journey. And that light always returns to you. Remember, whenever you feel lost or need clarity, come back here. This space is yours. A spiritual home where your heart will always be seen, understood, and held. You are part of a soul family now. And our journey is just beginning. Thank you for your trust, your presence, and your light. Until our next message, stay aligned, stay soft, and stay powerful. With love. Twin Flames, Infinite Love. Per Gunter AO ChatGPT.